Because out of their desperation to retain their job, they say anything and they don't know the harm it does. They don't face reality. Let them release Nnamdi Kanu today. Let Soludo call a meeting. Even his own commissioners will abandon him to go and listen to Nnamdi Kanu. Why does this young man draw a lot of crowd? Now, the only thing that people will try to fake is something that will draw people to them. Simon Ekpa was able to do what he did, whatever they said he did, because some people are desperate. They are looking for leaders. They now had to follow Simon Ekpa when Nnamdi Kanu was in prison. Are they looking at, okay, look at the number of people following the so-called Simon Ekpa and the number of people following Soludo, even as a governor. So we must face reality.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you once again to this amazing platform. If you have not yet subscribed to this very channel, please kindly subscribe, like, and share this program to all platforms. Share to family and friends, share to everyone that is close to you, so that this information will go far. In this very program, I'm about to share with you some very vital information regarding the sit-at-home in Biafra land, the atrocity of the zoo against Biafrans, and the propagandas against Biafra. This very video is coming from the conventional media. I want you to pay attention to the explanations and the arguments on this very video. It is going to teach you a lot of things. So many secrets will be revealed. Your eyes will open. Things that you never knew before, you are going to know it after watching this program. And you will understand why it is very, very necessary that the Biafrans has exited the zoo called Nigeria. There is no going back. The United States of Biafra have come to stay. Accept it or leave it. Know this and know peace. That the United States of Biafra has gone for
the saying that there are no indeed criminal elements exacerbating mayhem, perpetuating mayhem in the South under the umbrella of this IPOB or
No. I stand here. I challenge them to prove it. Bring them. I see. You know why I'm saying this, Esther? I said I've been on ground. I was nearly killed. All right. During the August sit-at-home, Simon Ekpa declared for 2 weeks. Esther, I was in the east for 5 days, moving around. You won't see any youth in any way. In any way. In the southeast, you see people going about their business. At least I thought from Imo to Anambra to Enugu to Abia. You know, if you come to Lagos and come to Oshodi and see the Aburus, there will be this sense of fear that, rough guys are here. My sister, you will not see any rough-looking people that looks like people that will do anything. Now, the place you will find fear and the way they treat the people are the military checkpoints. They will intimidate people. There was an altercation I had with them in Owerri. They asked me, they asked us to come down, which I came down. I came from Lagos that day. I came down. I was walking on, I never knew. So when I got to where an army man was, he said, "Madam, cross to the other side." I said, "Oh," and I realized I was the only person walking on that express start. And I'm trying to cross over. I saw that people were walking on poto water. And I asked the military man, "You want me to fight?" I said, "Madam," I said, "Oga, is this what you have brought? You've turned us to slaves. I should wear my white shoe to go and match water. For what? Number one, you asked us to come down from the vehicles. And now you want me to go and mess myself. Why not you tell me to go and roll myself in that one? I'm not going there." The man, it was serious. I said, "I will not go there. I'm going to pass. You asked me to come down, and I've come down, and you want me to go and join Poto." It was, now people just, all eyes was on us. One of their leader came out to confront. I said, "Madam, what is the issue?" He said, "Madam," I said, "Oga, I will not go there. Is this what you are brought here to do?" I thought they brought you here to protect us and to ease movement. You've not kept us under siege. My sister, not the IPOP, they do that one. It's military. So I said, and
so you don't believe that even some of these elements, some of these persons that we see that they apprehended, somehow, somewhere they say, oh, these are the guys, they use IPOP to whatever. You don't believe that no individual that they caught there is responsible for anything that has to...
Somebody that consult crime rates, you will see that Southeast will stay below. Because people move about. That is even why it's spending me more. People move about their businesses. You can hardly... Those that attack, they attack in guerrilla style. They will come in, do what they want to, disappear. Because if you go to an area where that attack happened, you won't see any rough looking, they've disappeared. You understand? So like Toludo said, there might be people from other places, but what I'm saying is that these people are criminals. Treat them as criminals. Don't stay in the disguise of IPOP. These people are agitating. Listen to the agitation and address it. It's different from criminal activities. Because these criminal activities happens all over Nigeria.
Is it possible that the Southeast governors themselves are not speaking in one voice? The last time that there was a call for the demilitarization in the Southeast, that is for all the military camps and checkpoints there to be dismantled, the only governor who spoke, on behalf of that was Alex Otti. We've not heard other governors speak and say, okay, you know what? The militarization in the Southeast is overwhelming, is frustrating businesses, activities, and all of that. Can you guys reduce your guys or your men? So what is going on with the Southeast governors having one voice in tackling this?
I will tell you something that will shock you and shock the whole Nigerians.
Okay, shock.
After I encountered the militaries in Osumuhu, when they now interrogated me up to where I was going to, after taking my passport, checking it, and now when they now asked me my kindred Gogo, it now struck me. I told them to their face, I said, so you are the ones that have been collecting information and giving to kidnappers. Otherwise, what is your business with my family? Here is Osumuhu. I'm going to Newi South, and you want to collect information up to my family. So you guys did not just put us under siege. You are also involved in criminal activity. They went mad. They nearly shot. I never knew I would leave that place. They seized my car key. Yes, it got to the point where I told my brother, let us turn. I'm not following this route. They will call those guys to come and kidnap him. They are involved in kidnapping. They seized my key. And I told my brother, leave the key for them, let's go. So I think they went and called some of their maybe leaders or whatever. They drove and said, madam, go and take your key. I said, no, okay, let them keep the key. If you see the way they harassed, there was one elderly man, that man should be around 74 years. The way they were harassing the man, the military, go in, come down. I said, is this what you are brought to do? How can the people come and embrace you? When you came here, it's as if they went there for a different mission. They are not there to stop any sit at home. If there is any crime, I quote, if there is any crime going on around where the militaries are, call them, they will not answer you. It happens in the south.
Some of the residents have complained on several occasions.
Now, I went home after that ordeal. I went home, I couldn't hold my anger. I went to a place where people gather, and I was narrating my ordeal. A young man said, in that place, they seized my machine yesterday. If you let anybody go to Nnewi South and tell an Okada man, I want to go to Olo, take me with Okada, they will tell you they will never pass that Osumuhu. Why? It's not because of unknown gunmen. It's not because of military. The way they harass them. So I called the PG of that local government, and I said, Oga, I don't think there is no IPOP anywhere. I think the militaries are the ones. You know what the man told me? Madam, we know.
The new folding revolver by Standard Manufacturing has been officially released today. No documents or...
I think the militaries are the ones. You know what the man told me? Madam, we know. Our hands are tied. Now, our fear is, since they brought in and started the cabal, if you pull them, now if we put pressure to pull them, they will now pour criminals, and they will say it's because you removed us. So that is the fear of most of the governors. Yes. Wow. It's like they did not know. It's like the administration of our former president was waiting, looking for a way to move into Southeast to do whatever he wants to do. Probably I think the war is still on in the Southeast. The war, what the militaries are doing is indirectly carrying on a war in guerrilla style in the southeast. They are not there for any IPOP. Now, IPOP is now an excuse for them to now go in and they'll stage put. Another thing that will shock you now, I read where a lawyer petitioned the president that one militant is piling up arms. Now, my suspicion is we have uncovered they are going to arm another militia to move them to southeast. So what is happening in the southeast? The governors knows that the federal government has a hand in it. The militaries, I challenge them. The list is they will put me in jail. I challenge them. They should leave IPOP alone. They should release Nnamdi Kanu. Now, if they say it's IPOP, let them release Nnamdi Kanu. Let us chat with him. Let us as mothers beg him to let us look for a way to present this case. But there is a case that IPOP is presenting before the federal government, and they have to listen. They must listen. Because how come in the last 3 years, the military has not prosecuted anybody as IPOP member? They're caught. The next thing they shoot. They shoot. Those people that are shooting are people's children, our children. Now, this shooting is making our youth to leave Southeast in droves. What is their plan? So the governors and the PGs and the leaders' hands are tied. They are afraid.
So you completely disagree with what Joey Igbo is saying. Do you also disagree with the analysis, the synopsis that Chukwuma Soludo gave in saying that 99% of those committing the thuggery, kidnapping and all of that in Anambra are Igbos? Do you disagree with what he said? And do you also agree with the Operation Udogachi, which is to commence next year?
I disagree with him totally. In the southeast, if you move from Onitsha down to Umuahia, those occupying that houses are the Hausas.
Okay.
Right? Most of them speak Igbo. They live in the east now, they speak Igbo. So if you are using, they catch them and they speak Igbo to judge. It's like in Lagos, catching somebody because he speaks Yoruba, use it to judge that is Yorubas. Now let us learn how to call criminals and then punish them as criminals. The guy that tried to murder Donald Trump is an American.
Yeah.
They called him a criminal, they investigated, and they realized that the person's funding an American citizen is from Iraq. They said the guy said is an Iraqi or Iranian official or whatever. Now, how can you catch a thief in the southeast and you brand him Igbo? Now you are also calling your son a criminal because your son is an Igbo person. So please let them, if they catch criminals in the southeast, let them treat them as criminals and not they are Igbos.
Or place them under the umbrella of IPOP or Biafrans.
Yes, then coming to the security, Soludo wants to raise. Is Soludo saying that the militaries are in the southeast? The police, checkpoints all over the place, plus they are started the Kibon. Militia and the Ebubaga. That's 4. This 4 group of security personnel has been in the southeast in an area that has no business with crime. Before these people moved in, there was no crime. They cannot combat crime until he now raised another Udogachi, Abi Udogachi. Please, let Anambra as beg Soludo. We've had enough, except if he will say, okay, the militaries, I can see that you can no longer combat the crime. Federal government, could you please withdraw the military? Let us raise another security. That's number 1. Number 2, please, he should not raise another Ebobago.
Okay.
Don't create a monster that will swallow you. You know what they don't understand is, these their positions aspires. He will come down and become a citizen. And whatever monster you create today, we befall you. But the only way it's annoying me is that most of these people will move their families abroad. You now see that they have no interest in the southeast. They are using southeast as a platform. No interest in the southeast. They are using southeast as a platform to grab jobs. In their old age, after they will now move their families to southeast. And it is high time, not just in the southeast, Nigerians should start demanding that before you vie for any political office, your family must be here. So that if you are taking a decision, you first of all put your family into consideration. Because when you don't have any stake in a state you rule, What will be your interest? So it's easy for him to go and bring another. You know, one thing, they will arm this youth. It's because of his 2025 governorship bid. That's why he's creating another militia like the ones Hope created in Imo State in the name of
So it has political
yeah, of course.
that will be used at the whims and
Of
caprices.
course. So if he is honest about it, before the military moved in, we have vigilantes. When they moved in, they disarmed all the vigilantes in the south, especially in Imo State. They disarmed all the vigilantes. That was why this crime rate was high. So what Soludo needs to do is to call the PGs of communities for a meeting. Let them raise vigilantes. I must give kudos to the government of Enugu State.
Okay.
Do you know why? The only thing you hear from Enugu is kidnapping. You don't get to hear most of these things. I must give kudos to former governor of Enugu State, Ugwanya, and the current governor, Mba. If you go to Enugu, you will see what is called neighborhood watch. That neighborhood watch, and I'm using this opportunity to beg Enugu people to fund that neighborhood watch. Do a fundraising, raise their salary, so that we can get more responsible people to that outfit. They raise this neighborhood watch. Each village, each community raises based on their citizens. They inculcate their citizens into the neighborhood watch. So a stranger coming in, they know. And they know that they are protecting themselves and their family. Now, when you go to Biafra and bring someone to come and protect somebody in Anambra State, what will be that person's interest? Is to make money. Even if it means to steal. And then you know the kind of a person this person you are bringing. So if he is honest, if it's about security, he knows what to do. He should equip the vigilantes. Let each community raise a vigilante group that will protect them and see if the crime rate will not be down, and let them up the salary so that more responsible people. You cannot inculcate criminals to be securities. You are worsening the situation. This man will raise this group, use them to win his election. What becomes the aftermath? Now, the federal government moved Asidi to the southeast, got what he wants, left the man. He was not paying the man again. That was what caused their fight. That was how we knew. Asadi came to Channels TV to blow it open that this is what is going on in the southeast. Now they are not paying the guy. He cannot maintain those criminals. They moved there. What happens? They took over arms, to start committing mayhem in the southeast. So Soludo will also raise another group again to also move in Anambra and to worsen the security situation in Anambra State. So he should use vigilantes. And I'm also extending to Hope to them, please remove your bag. It's not working now. The army is not working. Let them put the army and or whatever. Let them raise the vigilante that was there from the beginning. And there was peace.
All right, Madam Pinto, thank you so much. Let's take some reactions. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903, and the WhatsApp number is 0817 1756 338. Hello. All right, you can call 0700 103 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call, and send your WhatsApp messages to 0817 1756 338. Hello, thank you for joining us today. How are you?
Hello, good morning. This is Ben from USA.
Good morning, Ben. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
All right, go ahead.
I want to really thank the lady that is speaking over there.
Okay, her name is Madam
she's
Pinto.
Just speaking. Madam Pinto, thank you so much.
welcome,
that
sir.
woman, she's speaking the heart of the youth. You understand? The youths are tired. I'm one of the youths that would have loved to come down to Southeast, to my land, to develop my land. But because of the level of insecurity, because of the level of challenges in Southeast, it's hard for me to come. I have a program that I want to do in Southeast for the youth to at least help at least over 100 youths to create
Independent state of Biafra will be run by people who care about the masses, just as the Biafra Republic of Nigeria is doing today. That is the only alternative. It doesn't matter. You can hate Master Simon, or you can like him. He is standing on the solid ground, doing what he has to do to save and rescue his people. The only message Master Simon had is self-defense, and it is not a crime. International law supports it. African law supports it. Nigerian law itself supports self-defense. How is it that when Biafrans begin to defend themselves, it becomes a crime? It is not. We are very much aware that there are terrorists in uniform operating in Biafra land. Members of Boko Haram recruited into the military. We have seen them in videos, on confessions. So what else do you want us to wait? You want us to all be exterminated before you want us to fight back? I thank God for the Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. Biafran people are going to defend themselves. If it's going to take everyone out to defend Biafra, we will do that till the last man standing. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide our Liberation Army. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity and equity. We move airborne